Hello, everybody. This is Anthony from Healy Teach. And, actually, there's been a lot going on. I'll put it that way. Um, what I need to talk about is my own feeling about anxiety and how it keeps me frozen, how it has kept me frozen, and how I have learned to work with it. Because what I've learned about it is this: it is not a sentence, it is teaching you something. Do we want to learn it? Not always, really, because these lessons are hard to learn. Because what they really are about is facing our fears and dealing with the systems we were born into, or the way it has to do, I guess it has to do with the way we're raised. And, I was watching something, a reel the other day about Oprah had on about somebody that, saying that if you don't get the nurturing and the love that you need from in the first 2 years of your life, you'll be paying for it the rest of your life. And I thought, what? And then I thought, I'm not sure if and it's probably true on some level. I always thought it was like up to 5 years old, but psychology and everything changes daily with all the research that we have and everything. Um, but for me, it is more of not just um, an idea. It's more or less a way that I've had to deal with my life because it has caused a lot of issues in a lot of different ways. And I'm still learning how to deal with them. And what I realize is that sometimes we're not diagnosed correctly to begin with. And so, but anyway, that all of that aside, I'm really excited because I'm reading this book and I don't know even know if you can see it. Probably not. It's hard to see it on the screen here, but I'm gonna just keep it up here a minute. Anyway, it's Martha Beck's book about um it's called Beyond Martha Beck, Beyond Anxiety, Curiosity, Creativity, and Finding Your Life's Purpose. And you know, it's a mouthful, right? Um, and so for me, it does feel like that I get stuck sometimes. And that's why when I saw the title, I was like, "Oh my God, I need that book." Because I've been just dealing with some stuff that really kind of got to me lately. And I think just grabbing a tissue here. Um, and it's really becoming more of an issue these days. So I've been just working on some stuff and but what I learn about her work is it's very powerful work. She's a sociologist and she's been doing this work for, 30 years. I mean, over 30 years. And she has some great insights and explores and teaches us that it isn't the enemy, but it's a way, it's like a compass leading us home. Um, because are you ready to break? Are you ready to break fear? Are you ready to break free from fear? I am. Self-doubt and the invisible prison built by our childhood wounds. That's what I was talking about when I was talking about that other thing. It's time to listen to the inner truth, embrace your right brain's creative wisdom, and finally build the life that feels like home. And, you know, so if you like some of what I'm talking about, there's going to be more of it. Subscribe, like it, share it with somebody if you like. But one of the things that, you know, And I notice this even for myself. When you wake up in the morning, is it like you get, before you're even hitting the floor, um, you get that feeling of tightness in your chest, or um, you're going into work and all of a sudden you realize, something's hitting you, or you're already looking at the email. Sometimes people look at their email before they even go into work, if you can access it like that. Sometimes it's not even a good thing to do because it's already setting you up for the anxiety. But learning to work through the anxiety is a process, and it doesn't just show up in your life. It doesn't show up to ruin your life. It shows up when you're not living your truth. And and you can kind of think about it like an alarm system that keeps you stuck. And the way Martha Beck talks about it is it's the idea of finding your home, not a place, but a state of being where you become relaxed in your body, and where you quiet your mind, and where your soul whispers, this is it, right? And but how do you get there? You can't fight it. Fighting it doesn't work. Because if it worked, I would have figured it out a long time ago. And what I realize is if there is a way to deal with it or make it get better, I would have done it a long time ago. But because I've worked on it way too long, and this is what makes so much sense to me, everything what she's teaching about. But the truth is, we're all locked in these prisons, but we are the ones that built them ourselves. No one has done that for us. We never expect, you know, if you never really experienced deep unconditional love as a child, it makes sense that you might doubt yourself now. But you know what? The good news is that prison isn't real. It's just a story. And guess who's the author? Yep, you got it. It's all about you. And what it really comes down to, from what I'm learning, which is very interesting, is that it's about creating. It's about using the right side of our brain and not only the left, because the left is all about logic and keeps us locked in. And it knows what to do. It's the part of uh, where your right brain comes in, is that it knows what to do. That part that doesn't analyze, it just creates. The part that where your truth is. But most of us are stuck in the left brain because of survival mode. And why? Because we have to work, we have to get money, we have to, uh, you know, pay for things. And that's part of what our life is about. But it didn't used to be. It used to be about going out and hunting and bringing food home and, you know, uh, feeding our families. And so if we're willing to shift and look at things differently, then maybe we can start to trust and feel like what it might be to go to get home into ourselves and feel that. And if some of this sounds hokey to you, maybe it is. Maybe it's not for you. But the real truth here is that if you either want to stay locked in your fear, or you want to try to figure out how to change it, move it, even just a little bit. No one's, you know, um, no one's coming to hand you a permission slip. No one's going to do it for you. You already know what to do, and it is really up to you. It's up to you to create the life you want. And it isn't really the enemy. I used to think it was. It's the voice saying, this isn't home. Keep going. So stop silencing it or trying to suppress the anxiety, because what the anxiety is really a path of learning, and it's a path of teaching you. I never thought about it like that. I mean, reading her book here has really, I mean, and I just got this book a few days ago, and yet I've already almost read the whole thing, and I have to read it a few more times to kind of digest it and really work with it. But the stuff that's in here is amazing. And Martha Beck, thank you so much for writing this book. I am so grateful. And I will put a link to this, and whenever I do this video and put it out there, I'm going to be going to surgery tomorrow, and I shouldn't even be doing this right now, but I am, um, so that I can work on it a few days after my surgery. But, and I'm not, and I just know that because when I'm creating, I can't be anxious. When I'm doing these videos that I'm doing, I can't be anxious. And I came to realize that, which is how I ended up understanding why I like doing these videos, because it is creative. It is a way for me to create and to use my imagination, creativity, using it with color, using it with lettering, using it with wording. And it becomes fun. And I can spend hours doing this, and it does not feel like work. And I think that's one of the biggest things I understand is that I wish I would have been doing this 10, 15 years ago. But you know what? Hindsight, 2020 is always hindsight, right? Um, it's always better in we can see it now, but we couldn't see it then. So, but and there's a reason for it because I didn't have the time. And I also went through 6 years of cancer and trying to figure it out and still working with that because it never goes away. And that's another anxiety thing that hangs there that keeps you stuck. So there are other reasons why the anxiety for me has come up and bubbled to the top and become more of a issue and a way to work on things. And I'm very grateful for it, even though I don't like it. I'm grateful for the chance to, I'm grateful to still be here because I really thought I was going to be gone a few years ago. Actually, yeah, more than a few years ago, like 6 years. So, anyway, I'm really excited about this and I'm really happy to share it with other people. And there'll be a lot more about it. And you'll actually see Chef Pete talking about it also. And we'll be talking about it together, doing some other videos. So thanks for listening. Have a great day. Subscribe, come back, and share. Have a good day, whatever you do. And know that whatever you decide to do, you can do it. If you have the courage, compassion, and the passion in your life, you can do anything. Take care.